Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and hang out with you. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythemo in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw that back. Thank you very much, Harold, for hosting. As always, I appreciate it. Give you some claps with the old soundboard. Ultron's here saying hello, hello, Ultron, welcome, welcome. We're going to do the last brick is here. We're going to do the old hangout bit of business right now. See if anyone else wants to join us before we get to building. Harold's here, of course. Already got a solid crew of folks watching. If you're not currently a subscriber, consider becoming one. It's a great way to support the stream. Ultron says RIP HQ. Indeed. Harold, my condolences. I don't know if you were keeping up with the games, but you were someone I know who most like you were the person I know, other than the people I know who worked there. And I am bummed for them as well. Dude Wants His Rug is here. Hi, Dude Wants His Rug. But yeah, HQ, they tried. They did a cool thing. They did a very cool thing. And then it was rough. And hi, Lord Crash, welcome. Yeah, I mean, like, there was some good stuff with it and some interesting things. Played about just every night to the end. Yeah. My friend Jamie wrote questions for it. I had another friend, Danielle, who worked on it as well. I believe she worked in the office part of it, not so much on the actual game itself. And of course, my friend Tim hosted it quite a bit. And yeah, it's a shame that didn't work out. Especially to be that abrupt. So obviously, as a person, I won almost $75 during HQ run. Hell yeah, Harold. And also, I would assume you had a good time doing it, or at least an okay time doing it, and that's part of it as well. Generally, I will say they did an interesting thing, and I'm happy for that. Now, the idea that you get to the point where you sink or swim based on one investment is rough. I'm sure the writing was on the wall for some of them. Maybe not everyone knew that they were that close. But it's always rough to hear that it's that the money's going to come in, and when it doesn't, it's just, well, we're done. That was our last. Like, and there are plenty of people that live paycheck to paycheck that deal with that constantly. I mean, as a person that's hustling really hard, like, I'm going to PAX at the end of the month because folks went out of their way to be generous and to help me do that. I had to fundraise. I told myself at the end of last year that in 2020 I wouldn't do any fundraising, and I broke that. And I'm not thrilled that I did that. That I needed to break that. It's a bummer that I was like, oh well, I need to be able to go to do this thing, so I need help with it. So I understand the whole. I mean, there's difference between one person and a company, and I've never had. I've never been like the CEO or a boss of something where the decisions I made behind the scenes dictated, a bunch of people. I've been a manager, so certainly I've had that responsibility, but never so much that like. Well, me closing this deal keeps the company afloat. Like, I've never been in that position, so I can only speculate some of those things. Let's see. We're going to get to building in just a moment or two. We're working on a new kit. Thank you, Ray, out there in the universe, for picking up this kit. I'm excited to start building it. It is a high grade. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome. So this is a brand new kit, or for us, new build. It's a 2017 kit. This is a high grade from Iron-Blooded Orphans, the Kimaris Vidar. It's Iron-Blooded Orphans. Generally, we did a master grade this year. We traditionally do the 1/100 scale. This is the 1/4 scale, but this is a cool looking kit. I like the samurai sword. I like the lance. I like model kits that kind of go with the knight theme. Also, it has sub-arms. It's got the backpack arms that have shielding, and that's just cool. That's just a cool thing for cool people. And I am excited to put this together. It also has multiple purples. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I really like a purple. I like purple in a mobile suit. I dig purple in a mobile suit. And this has different shades of purple. Because we've got like this kind of like gray that really plays well with this, and then some sticker purple. It's just going to be a good kit. It's got a good kit for good people, and we're going to have a good time putting it together. Lots of good golds. I'm excited to start working on this kit. Thank you out there to Ray. I put a few new things on my wish list. We'll get to that when it's time to promote the wish list, of course. But I got a few new things. I'll find out like by tomorrow. I should know because of the 15th. Usually around the 15th is when paydays come out for Twitch. Sometimes it's a couple days before that. So by tomorrow I'll know because of the holiday today. I'm assuming that I did not get a payout from Twitch, which happens now and again, and you know I'm not like it is a bit of a bummer, but it happens every once in a while. I just don't hit that because I had my numbers dropped a bit. So, but next month will be a good chunk of change, and that'll be good. That happens. Also, I get paid every other Monday for the job that I work as a tech for the theater, and that did not come today because of the holiday. But at least I recognize that. Sometimes I've been known to forget about holidays where some offices close. I did not do this today, but I have in the past gone out of my way to go to the post office to find the post office is closed because it is a holiday. It is a business holiday or a bank holiday, as some people call it. I have certainly done that plenty of times in my life where I was just like, oh, I just wasted my dang time. All right, I got to get a tool going here. So we are working in the 144 scale, which anybody that's watched the stream knows is not my favorite scale. I prefer the 1/100 scale. But sometimes they don't make the kit you want to build in the size you want to build. And then also, I spoke with the wish list. One of the things in a wish list is that that the 144 scale high grades are inexpensive, certainly comparatively to other kits. Just checked my mailbox today. Yeah, right. Yeah, I definitely know that I have something coming in the mail. I have a set that I don't know, that was coming from Japan. So I'm like, been checking because I'm like, oh, it's probably going to be here in a little bit, and then I'm like, oh no, it's not. So. But yeah, I know that Ultron, I'm keeping an eye out, but it has not arrived yet. So I was like, oh, let's check. I'm like, wait, it won't be delivered today. All right, so we got this piece here because we're working on the chest first. Of course, working on the chest. It is a mobile suit after all, so we will get that going. But this part's going to fit in right. Yeah, there we go. I'm now going to do it the way it was supposed to be. Hooray! But yeah, I've definitely been known to go to the bank. And of course, it's a modern day. The ATM is still open. But if you maybe you have to go talk to a teller. I rarely have to talk to a teller these days, but maybe the ATM deposits aren't working. Or maybe a bunch of people forgot that the bank, it was a holiday, and they're all waiting in line for the set one or two ATMs available. I've certainly done that a bunch of times. But, it happens. I feel like I haven't built in a while because I didn't build on Saturday. We did back-to-back days on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday was our pre-Valentine's Day build. And Saturday, thank you to everybody that tuned in for my watch-along with the Anime Awards. Originally, it was going to be a pure watch-along, but they updated Crunchyroll had updated it and made it available for people to be able to co-stream. So I was able to run it in a window, which was much more of a fun experience. I had a good time doing it. I enjoyed it. I'm evening Epic Open World. I'm not going to put that up on YouTube because I think that'll definitely get taken down, and then I might even get a strike against me on that. So I'm not going to put that up on YouTube. But I did shoot a video, which will be I'll mention in the middle, in the pause for the cause, and will be in the show description if you're watching this later on YouTube. It's in the show description. I did a wrap up, and I got a little a call down on my wrap up a bit because there were two things about the Anime Awards. Well, there's one thing I didn't like about the awards themselves, and there are two awards where I think the people that won, or the characters that won, I was unhappy with. The first thing that I was unhappy with about the Anime Awards was, while I understand the need for some sort of entertainment in the middle, some kind of performance. And I know that last year, the live performance audio didn't work for, and so it was only good for the live audience. And I have a lot of respect for him as a person and a presenter and a force in the industry. Tim's rap song was bad, and that video was marginally okay. And somebody should have said something. I'll say this. I've unoccasionally made a mistake when it comes to the things I've put out on the internet. Every once in a while, I have made something. I've said something, I've done something that's just like, this is not what you want it to be. Epic Open World. It's a very bad rap song. It's a rap song about anime. And I don't think it's So, here, I'll say this. If it is a joke, it is not clear that it's a joke. And the music video they made is definitely trying to be cool. They are trying to be awesome and badass. So, it feels like they're trying to be bad and failing. So if it was one big joke, then the joke didn't work. And I had to assume it wasn't a joke, and it was for real. But like I said, I've sometimes, just like made a misstep, said a thing, did whatever. And like, thank God I have people in my life to be like, no. So Epic Open World, it's better produced than Fortnite raps. But here's the thing. Deep down inside, maybe there are some Fortnite rappers who are like, I love this so much. Like, there's an Apex rap out there that came out as soon as the game came out and was a hit. Some people I know did a rap about Apex Legends. When you hear that song, you could think, oh, that's weird to make a song about that. But you hear the quality of it and the way they're presenting it, and you're like, oh, these people are rappers who love this game. And yes, they're trying to hit the zeitgeist. People who are doing the Fortnite rapping are just trying to get clicks and picked a thing that's popular. For the most part. There might be people out there who are just like, I really love Fortnite and hip-hop, and I'm going to combine those two. But most people that are putting it up on Spotify are doing it because they're like, people are probably searching for things like this. It's like what a great joke about how bad thumbnails are, and then that give you a bad tutorial anyway. Yes. Oh, not thumbnail, tutorial. Yes. Indeed, Lord Crashington. But as far as I can tell, this wasn't a joke. It might be the material might be light, it might be silly, but it didn't appear to be a parody rap. And so then all I can say is, many, many people dropped the fucking ball. And there are too many yes people. Because also, like, people I know are in that people that I know of are in that video. So they were watching it happen. And then, like, not every music video plays the song on repeat. You know, like sometimes there's wide shots and group shots, and they're not like lip syncing to the track for the video portion, so you're not necessarily seeing it. But people that man trusts, like trust a lot, heard that song, and they were like, yes. Yeah. I'm harping too much on it. I know I am. But it wasn't good and was a fucking bummer. On a show that otherwise, like, were there technical glitches this year? Of course there were. It's a live event. They're doing it in-house. I don't think they were doing it with, they had Twitch people helping them, like, run the whole thing. Last year, I don't think they had necessarily all those people. So no one at Crunchyroll said no. That's the thing, Epic Open World. If anyone was like, you shouldn't do this, they got drowned out. Because that shouldn't have happened. At best, that should have been made and financed by and put on Tim's own YouTube. And maybe they tweet about it. That should not have been a thing that aired on the award show. Because, like, fine, if you don't think that a live performance is going to work in your show, the way you're filming it, and you know the set you've chosen to use in your studio, all those things. Fine, I agree with that. I actually agree with that. But then you put the money in something. Well, look, here's the thing. Victoria's in the video briefly. You can see her in the video. I would like to think that she was like, this maybe isn't the best choice. I don't know. I don't know, but it was not great. And I also said, as I said, there were two categories that I did not, I think the winners were good in. One, I got some pushback on, and I'm fine with that. I think that my feelings on Raptalia are more to do with me disliking, are honestly probably me disliking the show, Rising of the Shield Hero, and having problems with it more than it is about my feelings about that character, although I do think they're clearly very tied together. But I stand by thinking that it is foolish that Love is War, the two characters from Love is War won Best Couple, when the whole point of the show is that they're not a couple. They should be, but both of them are too pig-headed and too tsundere to actually do anything about it, or they act tsundere. They're not even tsundere. They're both too pig-headed, and at this point now, they're trying to convince they're trying to tempt the other to cave in and admit their feelings, because they both have in their minds they can't lose this. Like, they'd be losing like the battle. So that's the whole joke of the show. So for them to win Best Couple is, I just think, because they're actual couples. Like, sure, you don't want to give it to Given, okay. You don't want to give it to Baki and his lady, fine. But like, yeah, it just felt a little weird. As I said, San Azanmai those characters is a tragic love story, but at the very least, it is a love story, and they are a for real couple. So, I don't know. I was fairly disappointed. All right, we got to put some stickers on this thing. This is a very small piece, this face piece, so this is going to be a little tough. This is not one bar. These are two small stickers I'm putting on here. So I'm putting the eye stickers on, and I'm going to do my best to kind of get this lined up right. And then, my X-Acto blade is loose. That I would say, be very careful. Make sure that if you're using an X-Acto knife for something like this, make sure that your blade is secured before you start poking around. Because as I'm tapping the sticker in, as you can see in the overhead, I don't want to stab myself as I do it, certainly. Got to check this thing here. But overall, I thought the anime awards weren't bad. Like I have certainly been to shows that I liked far less, or I've been to award shows. I think that like things are subjective. I do think that the voice actor for Rising the Shield Hero, someone sent me a clip of him that sounded way better than the clip they used. I definitely don't think I don't think he's doing a great job with that show, and I don't think he should have won for Best Voice Actor. But like, okay, I mean, if that's what Rising the Shield Hero is going to get for an award, like, okay, sure. Sorry, I just saw a thing. I had to check. Okay, great. Good. Okay. Great. I'm back in it. Back in it to win it. I'm gonna have to look up the Apex Legend drop. Yeah, it's a bunch of folks, including Megaran. Megaran is the person I know that worked on it, and I like it. It was definitely a rushed production. They were definitely trying to get out there with be part of the conversation and get out when they could. But I don't have any problem with the idea of that in general. But at the very least, these are professionals at it, so they put their effort into it. I do think that most people that are doing raps about video games that are not rappers are doing it for the lulz or for the clicks. I'm definitely not a fan of that as far as that kind of thing. All right, so I got a second sticker in here. It's not sticking well. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true. So hopefully that will stick. I'm going to get my tweezers in here. Try poking it a bit. But yeah, overall, I thought Austin Creed did a great job. I thought Tim did a fine job as a co-host. I'm happy they didn't lean too much on the chat. I do think the scrolling text was a mistake. But I think the voice of the people. Like, I like the idea of like when they showed like how countries had voted for their favorite anime of the year, the best anime of the year, like, and then what country to country. I thought that was kind of neat. Like, that was a neat thing to be like, well, this country thinks it's this, and well, apparently they're really into this part of South America is very much into Mob Psycho. I think that's like a cool thing. That was neat, much cooler than some other things. I thought some of the people doing giving out awards was cool. I know some people didn't like the couch setup; they didn't enjoy that part, but I thought the set was fine. I'd rather have that than two people walk up to a microphone and have to talk into it. Instead, they just lapel mic'd everyone, and definitely had like a boom mic as well. But I kind of preferred that version of it. All right, so how does this connect? Okay. Trying to connect this right here. Trying to get our head connected. But yeah, I thought that part of it, the very nature of just trying to run an award show live is tough, especially with pressure and sponsors and getting stuff out there, and the idea that people all over the world are watching you do it. Like, I can't. The most obviously I don't pay attention to. Well, not obviously. I'll say that. When I'm doing a show at like PAX that's on Twitch, I'm not thinking about how many people are watching at home because I'm not looking at numbers. Here, in this instance, I'm certainly looking at numbers. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. We got a great turnout here on a Monday. So the show was sponsored by one of those Japan box crate things, whose name I can't remember. So they were one of the sponsors, and then another sponsor was the upcoming Naruto RPG MMO. They were a sponsor, and I think that was it. I think that was the big sponsors. But yeah, so I don't really pay attention too much when I'm doing um, like a Twitch panel, like how many people are watching. I usually think about the live audience more than I think about the audience at home, which is to me very helpful. Is to focus on the people in the crowd. Uh, so it's like, okay, well, I'm never at PAX again, probably going to do a show for as many people as I did at the Benaroya Hall, which was 2,000 something when we were in main stage for the Giant Bomb slash Cards Against Humanity mega panel, where I did a bit in the in-between. I did a mini 404ing it in the in-between, which was very fun and cool to do. Um, uh, but I have not. That was probably the most people in a room that I've ever performed for before. I'm sure that there have been times where like maybe more people have watched like I don't know how many people watched the panel live like when I was on the Giant Bomb panel that I was on at PAX West recently. Twitch panel hype, indeed, Epic Open World. I don't know how many people watch that live. Like, I know that my numbers. I know that League of Heels is always good. We always have gotten a good audience, especially our West Coast shows, because or not West Coast, our East Coast shows, I should say. Our West Coast shows are lower numbers. I just dropped the head, and I have to pick that up right there. It'll be fine. Our West Coast numbers are tough because of the time difference. No, our East Coast. What am I saying? Our East Coast shows are tough because a 10 a.m. show in Boston is 7 a.m. in California. So that does make it rough for some of our audiences. That's what I meant to say. I got a little confused there, so I apologize. So that can be tough, and I do understand that. But yeah, I usually do okay as far as audiences go. I know that. I'm sorry. Pardon me. I know the improvised postmortem does well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how those numbers do on a Friday night. Because normally we are usually the first night of the convention. This time around, we're the second night. Now, also taking into account, this will be the first time that I've done a improvised postmortem that is on Twitch, but does not feature someone from Giant Bomb, because I only done it once without anyone from Giant Bomb, and that was filmed, but it wasn't streamed. So you are part of the Bake Off, correct? I am in the Bake Off. You're right. I'm going to bring up my quick thing here. Let me deal with this in a second. My schedule. I was holding off on announcing that I was in the Bake Off. I was waiting for Harris to announce it. But yeah, I have panels on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I have 5 panels this PAX, and let me get that info for y'all. I am in the Easy Baking Challenge, which used to be called the Bake Off, but they had to change the name, or they were asked to change the name. I don't know if they had to, but it was requested they do. So the Easy Baking Challenge on Thursday, the 27th, which will be streamed on twitch.tv/PAX3. On Friday, I will be doing Hidden Gems in the Bobcat Theater. That is currently not being streamed. I don't know if it'll be filmed or recorded. The improvised post-mortem, which will be Friday, 7:30 p.m. on the 28th. It'll be on twitch.tv/PAX2. Pat Baer's Anime Club, which is going to be on Saturday the 29th at 6 p.m. in the Condor Theater. It will not be streamed, but I will record it, and it will go up that following Monday live as a video, because I will film the panel because in 2 weeks, right after that. So be a good time to put that up. And then Let's Rank It is right after Pat Baer's Anime Club in the same room, the Condor Theater, which is very convenient. I do not have to leave. I do not have to run to another panel room. It's right there. And that is at 7:30 p.m. in the Condor Theater. I do not know. I believe that Dave Lang will try to audio record it, but that always is supposed to happen, and I don't think ever has. So who knows? My camera will be there. Maybe I'll just film it. I don't know. All right, we got one more sticker to put on as we almost finish our head here. Got to put the crown on. Got to get the crown going. Harold says, and I will try to catch as many of them as possible. I appreciate that, Harold. If you can, I would love it. I know that, anime isn't necessarily your jam, but I think that panel is going to be very fun. All of the people who are my guests. And I think that Improvised Postmortem is a great show that anyone could enjoy. So, yeah. All right, so we got one sticker we got to put on here. We're going to put this on the head part there, and then put it in there. Epic World says it would be cool if they could somehow get audience vote for the baking panel. Yeah, I mean, I like the judges. I think the judge element is fun. My 2 things for the Easy Baking Challenge are, 1, it doesn't have to be creative. It doesn't have to be awesome. But my actual goal is for it to be cooked. If I have to, I will do whatever it takes to make sure that my item that I am cooking is fully cooked. That is a goal. And for that show, that's a pretty good goal. My second thing for it is that I don't swear. And that's going to be very difficult. Not in the baking portion, but in the gaming challenges portion. I'm going to have to make sure I am not near a microphone, because I fully expect to swear during it when something happens. All right. I got to look at a photo of this, see if I can get close on how the sticker goes. There's a sticker here that I'm going to put on the crown, and I don't know how it's supposed to look, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this real big. That does not help me. Maybe it does, because there's line work on this, so that doesn't really help. Okay, so this is how it looks. Alright, let's make this small again. Make this small again. Sometimes that's helpful in biggin, but not always. Before the panel, I did not know you could still get even. Yeah, so they made a new version of the Easy Bake Oven a few years ago that is that kind of made the rounds as far as the internet and like streamers and all that. And it's a fine product. It's a different style of device. It is. I was not old. I am older, but I was not old enough to have an Easy Bake Oven that looked like a stove. My Easy Bake Oven as a kid, or at least the one that I had access to at the time, was meant to look like a toaster oven, and that is of course different now. All right, I'm just putting the sticker where I think it goes. Oops, cap flew away. But yeah, so they started doing a new Easy Bake Oven, and really what it is it's now like a conveyor belt, basically. It is designed to, like, you slide in one way, and then you push it out through to the other end, as if you were heating up a pizza at Domino's is the best analogy I can give for this new item. And it's fine. It's a fine enough idea. You turn it on and off. You don't have to put a lamp. You don't have to buy a special light for it. You don't have to do anything to it. Theoretically, the new design means that the only thing that is going to be hot is the tray that it comes with, because heating element. So there's only one place that you could theoretically burn yourself, which is nice to think about and know. But mostly, it just seems like it's going to be okay, and I'll do my best with it. And we'll hopefully, I will cook something, and then people will be like, yeah, good job, Pat. And I'll be like, yeah, I did it. My sister had one of those as a kid. I don't think I ever ate something that made it taste good. Yeah, so one of the other things they've done is they have incorporated like recipes, like freeze-dried style like powders things. So I've done a little investigating about that, and I have some knowledge of what that is going to look like and entail. I haven't done like a lot of, like, I don't own one. I haven't tested one, but I'll give you all a pro tip. If you ever find yourself working with an easy bake oven, or if you're ever like making something from powders and packages and you don't know, and you don't have the instructions, which we will not be given instructions, a thing that I've learned from my research is it doesn't take a lot of water. And in fact, looks like it shouldn't. The amount they're telling you to use, it doesn't seem like it'll be enough, which is great. And probably one of the reasons why people have done poorly is they've put too much water in their powder. Really what it needs is just a little bit of water and a lot of mixing, which is annoying, but true. So hopefully I'll be able to, balance it out, make something that isn't garbage, and that doesn't make anyone feel ill or bad, because I would hate to do that. And also have a fun time. Do I think that it's utter and total BS that I'm competing against someone that programs a game about cooking? Yes. The fact that there's someone from Cook Serve Delicious 3 there? Nonsense. Epic Open World, just subscribe with Twitch Prime. That's a year, 12 months. Thank you so much, Epic Open World. Let's throw the Baer Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in there. And thank Epic Open World for becoming or subscribing for a whole gosh dang year. Thank you so much, Epic. Really appreciate that. Heck yeah. Aristofan's here. What's up, Aristofan? Welcome. Alright, so we gotta do some B pieces here. We're working on an arm. We've done the head and the chest already. This kid is not gonna, take forever. I don't think we're gonna finish today, but we're certainly yes! Asterisk, I certainly am. The soundboard. I'm getting, it was a gift, and I am making use of it. It is a silly little thing that I don't mind using for the form of saying thanks to people for subscribing. Or everything, hosting, whatever. Try my dangdest. Of course, also you can turn in your channel points here, Baer Cave points, for me to use the soundboard and play some things that are not the applause sound. 17, 18. I gotta do later. We'll do this here. There's our purple. Yeah. It's 18. 17. Lord Crashes did redeemed. Play the soundboard. Okay, here we go. Heck yeah. Thank you for using your points on me playing the silly soundboard. Okay, what else do we need before? I need... We did that. Okay, we can put these shoulder pieces together now. There shouldn't be anything too complicated with this. I think the most complicated thing, there is a sticker that's going to go on the arm, and it's one of those. You can see it right here. It's one of those stickers that has lots of fold points on it, like it's going to cover the whole thing, which I'm not super fond of. But it is a high grade, and that is a thing that happens with high grades. So you just kind of have to be like, okay, yeah, that's what they want me to do, so I'll do it. Yeah, like I said, not my favorite, but it is what is required, so we will take care of it. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to PAX. I want to see. I had a thing that I want to check. My $3, $5, and $10 patrons over at Patreon are voting right now, or get on what I do on Wednesday from a bonus game stream next Wednesday. And right now, the winner is record weird matches in Fire Pro Wrestling World and do commentary. So that is currently winning by a record 4-2. So I will have to do some prep for that. I've done this before. I'll have to find some new characters. But basically, how that works is I have Fire Pro Wrestling World. I will download a bunch of characters. I have some pre-made already. And then I will do CPU versus CPU fights with them, which I will record ahead of time and then play them in video form and do live commentary over it, wrestling commentary. So I'll be doing that on Wednesday. The main reason I don't play them just live is sometimes it glitches out. I've had Fire Pro Wrestling World crash on me before. I don't want to do that while I'm, documenting something. And then sometimes, like I try. The reason why I don't do three-way fights is the computer. Sometimes those matches just don't end. Like a tag team or a one-on-one match will usually end, but sometimes a three-way or a four-way fight will just go to the time limit, which is very frustrating. So by recording them, I have some quality control. I think the last time I did 6 matches and it was just over, so I'm going to do a ton of matches because I have. Every time I do it, I'm going to look at the last video of it, because every time I do it, I feel like I am not doing it long enough, or I have not picked enough matches. So I'm going to do some research on a video the last one I did, to make sure that I don't fuck it up. Let's see. I'm going to have to record some of those tomorrow. There has to be a mod to fix that. Yeah, I don't know if there is. I haven't really looked at Fire Pro Wrestling World's mod scene other than, the creative wrestler stuff. But I'm going to have to see what I did for the last one. I like to incorporate stuff we've done on stream. So, like, we can have Naruto stuff. We can have One Piece characters. We can have Dragon Ball characters. We have Gundam characters, of course. So I've enjoyed incorporating those things. I don't know what new thing I can incorporate, but I'll look to see new ones. So was the latest Fire Pro Wrestling game a success for the devs? There's some hype for it. Once it came out, I did not hear much hype for it. Well, Epic, one of the reasons it did very well in early access. So a lot of times early access games don't get covered by the press once they come out. But the community really seemed to dig it. The DLC, the paid DLC, apparently did very well. It took a little while to come out on everything, but seemed to be embraced pretty strongly. And also, as soon as the WWE game came out, all I heard was people going like, "Well, I'm going back to Fire Pro." So I assume that it did fairly well. I don't know what their expectations were, because the name Fire Pro means a lot to people that love the early PlayStation Fire Pro games, and not the avatars-driven one for the Xbox that was not good. But I don't know. I don't know what they were expecting. I do know that a lot of people Still don't know that it exists that are casual about video game stuff, but one would hope that it got a little bit of a boost. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. There are people making stuff for it to keep signing deals with Japanese wrestling promotions, so it's doing okay. Yeah, I think it's doing well in Japan, which is, good for them. Second round of Stardom DLC. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Um, Also, the thing that they did a really good job of is, um, as someone that doesn't have a lot of the DLC, they indicate that if people's created characters use DLC components, they let you know, or if which is very helpful when you're trying to download characters and you're like, oh, I can't use that character because they use a bunch of assets from that. I'm like, okay, that's fine by me because it's just like create a character. It's not the same thing as. To me, it's fine. It's not like a fighting game where you have to have the DLC to play a character. I'm just like whatever. Like if it's the create a character doesn't work particularly perfect just because I didn't want to buy it. A bunch of other characters that they used recycled costumes for. I'm like, that's fine by me. I'm okay with that. Mostly, I just like the game, and I'm excited to do something for that. It is the most work of anything. My three choices were Twitch Sings, Hearthstone, which I've played the last two game streams, so I'm going to understand that, and Fire Pro. So I was like, okay, I understand that people wouldn't necessarily want me to play more Hearthstone because I've been playing it. So I'm like, that's fine. I still might do a Twitch Sing stream next Tuesday. I've been thinking about it. Because I'm going to do a build stream on Wednesday of next week because then I'll be going up to Boston. So that way I can still get two build streams in. And then I'm going to try to do one of those pods. I think the pods are really cool and weird, and I'm going to try to do a stream from that. But that'll probably just be that might be a Hearthstone stream, but most likely what it'll be is just a chatting stream, just chatting thing from PAX. I'm not going to try to build things. Their pods are set up for people to use computers, not a table. So I'm probably going to try to pod up and just do like a chat. I don't think I've ever made it one of your Hearthstone streams. Yeah, Epic, I'm not sure if you have. Sometimes they're a little earlier than my normal stream time. I did a couple. I hadn't done them for a while, and then this year I decided I was going to do that. Guess not. Google not giving up anyone. You were looking for a mod. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what you meant to say there. Yeah, I mean, I did a stream where I was kind of leveling up. I did a wild stream that we like made some decks. Played my wild decks. We did a deck building one, which I had a lot of fun with. I hadn't done before on a stream, where I was just like working on a bunch of different, trying to get a different styles of decks working. So that was fun. That to me anyway. I had a good time with that. All right. So I got a big sticker here. So I'm gonna take the sticker off and look at it and see what's going. I work swing shift, so it's hard. Can only be here Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Well, that makes sense, Epic Open World, and I understand that. Happy to have you here when you can. I'm going to try to do, of course, I will have a stream, this week I'll have a stream. Wednesday, my bonus stream. Thursday, Saturday, normal build streams. Next Monday, I will stream as normal. And then, and then that weekend I will have Friday night. I'll have improvised postmortem I'll host it on this channel. So folks that don't want to be in Twitch chat on PAX 2 can just watch this. I'll just host it, which I think is the way to go in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to look at this. It lives like this. And they're like, here's the sticker. And there's a lot of folds, right? You can see this folds a lot. I just wish this was just a piece that I didn't have to do this on. I wish that this wasn't a thing that I had to do a bunch of bends and folds in. Bend folds, haha. I just don't like doing it like this. I don't like this. I gotta fold there, and then I gotta do that. Like it's like I'm basically doing a puzzle almost. And I gotta fold these down. Then I'll just run it over with my X-Acto knife. Gonna solidify all these. Never want to be in Twitch or YouTube chat. Yeah, right? Yeah, general chat for like, even like the main, obviously main Twitch packs, like the main packs one for the main stage, forget it. But even like the smaller ones, the side ones, like, you're either going to have people who are like, I don't know what this is, or that don't know who anybody that are my panels are, or they chosen to not like someone, or they don't like me, or they don't like the idea, or they don't care, or, you know, like, whatever. I'm not here for that. So if you want to watch Improvised Postmortem live, I would say I will host it, and so that you can jump into my chat and watch it that way. Baking, you'll just have to watch. I guess I'll host baking as well. Maybe Thursday night I'll host baking. Yeah. Sometimes I forget to do that, but I will endeavor to remember. All right, so I put the sticker on. I just don't like the look of the sticker. Just like, why did I put this on here? Why couldn't that just be, like, I understand it's a high grade. I get that, but like, designing and printing this sticker seems like more work than having this be two different pieces. Whatever. It'll stand out a little bit because it'll look different from, pardon me. It'll look different from the other one. I have been getting into Overwatch League and quickly realized YouTube chat is somehow worse than Twitch chat. Yeah. The chat I will say that I did enjoy the chat for Loading Ready Run when they were premiering their web series for Road Quest. I thought that the chat there was pretty good. I wasn't paying attention to it like a lot, but and I think like individual people's chats, that's a different story. But like a big thing like that, forget it. I just kind of tune it out, which is why I'm happy when people host so that I can watch it without chat. Or like if I'm watching Games Done Quick, I just go to GamesDoneQuick.com and watch the tab in there instead of going to Twitch, their Twitch page, so that way you don't even accidentally see chat, because fuck that. I don't want to see that chat room. Forget it. In a few moments, we'll take a pause for the cause. I got a bunch. Hey, weird. This is a weird thing to say. But because of the fact that on Saturday I didn't do a build stream and instead watched the Anime Awards and commentated over it, I have a lot of anime to talk about because I watch shows that come out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I have some shows to chat about. Not, major things to talk about with them, but a few things. There was one show I didn't end up watching. Good night, Harold. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon, my friend. I didn't watch Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. I'll watch that probably tomorrow or whatever, because I did drop one of my regular shows. Because I want to have, like, maybe just even one less show to talk about. And that was the one that I decided to skip. Because I wanted to run the gamut. I wanted to see some of the action shows. And that's a show that like I like, but I think it's good. It's a romantic comedy that I enjoy. It's just not as like it's not my favorite compared to the other shows that I watch. So we'll talk about that in a minute or two. That'll be good. Good to get the conversation going about some shows, and I can start. I got some things to say about a few shows that came out on the internet. Yeah, sorry. I'm excited for PAX. I think it's going to be a fun time. Good chance to see some people. I saw that Bethesda is not doing PAX East, but they are at PAX East. They're pulling an EA. They are at the hotel in Laugh Boston's second room, and the Irish place that's right there. So they're like basically taking over those spaces to do like I don't know what. I assume Doom and Fallout stuff, but that's where I'll go see Sean Baptiste. So he's technically not working at PAX, but he is at PAX. So he gets the best of both worlds shenanigans. Which I'm sure the folks at PAX just love. Oh, I'm sure they just love that. Bethesda using the fact that a bunch of people will be in Boston for PAX, but they're not at PAX. They're just renting space there. The same way that they loved when Cards Against Humanity was renting out the ACT Theater, which is in the convention. It's in the building that the convention center is in for Washington State Convention Center for PAX West, but wasn't officially like a PAX venue. But it's smart though, right? There's all these people there. They're going to the convention center, and they're even if they don't know that, but like even if you didn't know, you're going to PAX East, and you were like, you didn't know that Bethesda is doing an event. Those are places you could go. At least one of them is a place you go for food because it's right near it, and so you would be like, oh, this doesn't have the food that I was looking for. The restaurant portion is closed. But there is an event happening here. Oh, and it's people I know. Okay, it's a company I know something about. Okay, I guess I'll hang out here. Like, it's smart. And they control the hours they're open. They control, a lot more of the show or of like what they're going to do in the venue. So I think it's pretty smart. Hopefully they'll have a good audience. I don't know. But at the very least, I'll go see Sean. Because it's my friend Sean Baptiste. He's good people. He's just like a great quality dude. A+ guy. Highly recommended. I'll go see Sean. Working on getting people to play Doom and talk about how great Doom is. I'm excited. I like the last Doom. I'm excited for the new Doom. I'm not much of a shooter person, but it was a really fun game. I know that people have said that they like the platforming in this one, but I am a little nervous about the platforming because it's not necessarily what I want. So I don't know. But people have seemed to be pretty happy with it, so hopefully it's cool. But, it's never my favorite part of games like that. Everybody wants to put it in there. Everybody wants their goddamn, weird, platform jumping puzzle solutions in their shooters. And it's like, I guess, but what if you didn't? Anyway, I'm going to take a pause for the cause. first and foremost, we'll get through this quick. Those that are not here usually, maybe you're not here that often. This is just a part of the show. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to run an ad, but I am going to talk to you about ways you can support the channel if you'd be so inclined or interested in doing. First and foremost, a big thank you to everyone who's currently a subscriber. Epic World New Doom, I'm so hyped. Hell yeah. I think it's like, to me anyway, it's the first game to, like, there are other games to be hyped about. That one is the one I am most hyped about because I do not own a Switch, so I am not Animal Crossing hyped, but I am hyped for my Animal Crossing friends. But yeah, it feels like the first, like, real game that people are like, holy fucking shit, yeah, about. So that rules. If you're currently a subscriber, let's throw the Baer Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. Let the people know. Being a subscriber is a great way to support the channel. You can use your Twitch Prime coin. If you have Amazon Prime, you link it with your Twitch, like Epic World does, like Lashbrook does, who just renewed 2 days ago. You can also use Cash Money to subscribe. And that's another great way to support the channel, and I appreciate it very much. $5 goes to that. It's Twitch Prime. You have your Amazon Prime, you link it. You got to follow through on that. You have to manually renew that. It doesn't auto-renew. So if you use Twitch Prime coin, keep an eye on that. And I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that supports me in that way. As I said, there are other ways to support the channel. Bits and coins are always appreciated to get me closer to my goal. As I said, it looks like this month I'm not going to get a payout, which is frustrating, but it happens sometimes. I usually make just about enough to get a payout every month, but it looks like I'm not going to get that this month, and that, like I said, is frustrating, but I was kind of expecting it. Also, you could join my Patreon. That's another way to support the channel if you're so inclined. I dropped below 100, so I should do this. For those that don't know, when I hit $150 last year, it unlocked this stream. That's right. I used to just stream on Thursdays and Saturdays and sometimes some bonus. But once I hit $150 a month, I opened up the possibility of doing a Monday night stream. I lost someone, I've been losing a few people here and there, and it happens, and then gain people and lose people. That's the thing. But I dropped down below 150. I got back to it, which is great. So if you're interested, Patreon's another option for you if you don't want to go through the Twitch. And there are tiers there, $1, $3, $5, $10, and different rewards. Like I said, the $3, $5, and $10 are voting on what I play on stream on Wednesday. And I try to do, and there's also a Q&A video that I'm going to shoot this weekend for my Patreon, and I try to keep an eye on them and help and do what they want me to do because they're supporting me, which is awesome. Let's see. Also, donations. Anything I make through Patreon, Twitch, money from my YouTube, any of these various Coffee and Streamlabs and PayPal, they all go to buying model kits. Right now I have a pretty decent backlog, but I always want to stay ahead of it. Like right now I have 3 kits to build after this one, and I have one coming in the mail. That's good, but those will go fast, right? So if you want to buy something donation-wise, if you're like, oh, I don't want to buy anything for you to build, but here's a little bit of money for you to do that. You can also buy something off my wish list. I put some Lego stuff on my wish list that seemed pretty cool. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about that real briefly. We'll get back to building very soon, but I want to go through these. 3-in-1 rocket car. I believe we did the rocket truck before, or rocket truck. We did the car version. Look, I just want to buy this. I just want to put on these cool flames at the back of this rocket truck. This rocket truck looks cool as heck, and I would like to build it. And it's a 3-in-1, and that would be, just a quick little fun build. I've got some Lego stuff, as I said, in there, some new stuff. There's an ice cream truck that would be just a fun little build. Bunch of different things in there. Some expensive, some inexpensive. Various model kits, various shows, and Lego sets that I would love to build on stream. And you could buy something from that, and then I'll build it, and it'll jump the queue. As I said, I have something coming from Ultron. When that gets here, it'll be the next thing I build, unless I have other things in the queue for my wish list, in which case voting will happen. And then, but I'll go through all those before I build anything on my own. Another way to help out that way would be if you're like, oh, I want to support that way, but I don't want to go through Amazon. And I get that. You could buy a gift card at USA Gundam Store. No one has ever done this, but I still have it as an option because I think it's nice to have options. But you could buy a gift card at USA Gundam Store. They send you a code in your email, and then you could tell me the code, and then I would buy something. But I like having the option for it. Now is a great time to talk about my Discord. I have a Discord. We'll get through these real quick, and then we'll get back to building. But yeah, this is ways to support. I have a Discord. Join my Discord. I post photos at the end of every build stream. People post photos of things they're working on. It's cool to keep track of what's going on in our tight little community here. So if you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome to join Discord. It's a cool little thing. Right now, I'm going to drink some water, and then I'm going to drink a little water right now because I'm parched. Had a lot of salt in my dinner. That is good cold water. Appreciate how good and cold that water is. And then we'll get back to building. Oh, yeah. So, Pat Baer's Anime Club. Normally I do this every 2 weeks, but I wanted to be timely and talk about the Anime Awards. I recorded this on Saturday directly after I was done streaming. So it's like hot impressions, my thoughts. And I thought that would be good to put that out there and let people know what my thoughts were. And then in 2 weeks' time, I'll do my next video. So that's Pat Baer's Anime Club. And then I did a video that you could check out if you'd like. Called Baering the List. I do a new one every week where I rank things using Tier Maker. I'll have a new one coming out this Wednesday. This is the previous ones from last week that I think was good. And I was expecting more people to hate me or be mad at it. But they weren't, which is fine. But it's a fun little exercise and a silly little thing. I like having a weekly project like that to do. It makes me happy. And we'll get back to building in just a second. I realize I skipped a sticker. Sorry, I was so busy with the wraparound sticker, I forgot that there's also a sticker that goes on the front here, which is even more detail that you just have to do yourself. So I got to put that sticker on, and then we'll continue to build the arm. But also, it's time to talk about anime. Not the Anime Awards. It's time to talk about anime that's come out since my last stream where I talked about anime, which was Thursday, my last build stream. So, I don't know how many episodes Welcome to Demon School is going to be. Let me look that up. Because this is episode 20, I believe. And let's see. Anime. Let's see. Is it going to be 24? Series. Show. 23 episodes. That's a weird number. That's a very weird number. Generally, you would have 24 because it's a double order of 12, or maybe 26 because it's a double order of 13. 23 is an odd. It's an odd number. It's also an unusual number. We just said episode 20, which kind of slid back into the regular stuff that's going on here. We get the fallout. Iruma is given an award. He is ranked up, Iruma, which is great. It's good for him. He did a great job at the festival. But it's that fun thing of, oh yeah, by doing well in the festival, he is now calling attention to who he is. And that is something he's been trying to avoid because he does not want people to know that he is a demon. That is the thing that he is trying to avoid, or he's human. He wants to pretend to be a demon because he's in a school of demons, and he doesn't want people to know he's a human because he doesn't know what will happen. So it's this fun realization. He's like, oh no, I am now standing out. That is not what I wanted. So that was kind of fun. It's kind of funny. That was like the first half was the award thing and kind of acknowledging that the different clubs winning. That was kind of fun. And having people acknowledge Iruma was cool, and he ranked up, and that's fun. The second half, I haven't really talked about Emery that much. Emery, she is the student council president, and she's real tough and stern, and clearly cares about the school, and cares about everyone like doing well, but is also supposed to be like, her finding out that Iruma is a human would be a bad thing. She does know that he is a human. She suspected it, but she's realized he can read English or Japanese, but he can read human text, which demons are not supposed to be able to do. But she gets so wrapped up in him being cool, and also because he can read human text, he can read this manga that she found that she's only been able to look at pictures of, and it's a romance manga. But she doesn't understand that it's a romance manga. She thinks of it as like a seduction or a tempting, like evil. She doesn't quite get it, that it's like, oh no, these are just people like being clumsily falling in love. So he reads and like acts out what's going on, and they have a fun relationship where she's definitely also like into him. And then we meet her dad, who we've met before. He works for Border Patrol. And Border Patrol makes sure that demons keep the packs, which basically the biggest pack for demons is don't go into the human world, which Iruma's grandpa, the guy that bought his soul from his shitty parents, broke the rules to get Iruma. And so this dude is like pretty sure that Iruma is a human. But surprisingly, he's like, you know, if a human ever talked to me and said, oh, hey, I'm a human and I'm scared, I would help that human get back to their realm. So if anyone ever needed to tell me something like that, they could. And it was like nice. There was like a nice bit of a business there. Oops, did I get the wrong piece? I may have the wrong piece here. No. Oh no. Y'all, yes, I did. I think I put the identical piece, the piece that should be pairing with these on the other side, and they just happen to fit, which means I have to take the stickers off. So another knock against these fucking stickers. I mean, obviously it's my fault. I fucked up, but I now have to take stickers off to take a piece of this armor off because I put the wrong piece on. I don't think this has ever happened to me where I've had to take a sticker off because I used the wrong piece. I hope I don't ruin the sticker, but at least I noticed it now instead of later where this really had a chance to dry. I may have to tape this sticker into place after the fact, but I have to get it up. Anyway, it ends up being a kind of a cute episode, but, you know, we're worried about Iruma. Also, that was episode 20, so there's only 3 episodes left. And the next episode, like the preview, suggested that like an idol basically is going to show up. And so I don't know what's going to happen there, but that's introducing a new character. And I feel like, all right, well, if we only have 3 more episodes left, we don't really need to introduce a brand new character show. There's only one real storyline I want resolved, and that's, yes, I did. Look at this. These are the same pieces. I just put the wrong one on. I completely goofed. But just how happened did I pick the 2 that fit together fine. So that was a big goof, so that's a good thing to know. I really fudged that up, y'all. Alright, so welcome to Demon School. As I said, I really like it. Clara should have been nominated for Best Girl because Clara rules. She's so fun. Also, a 23-episode comedy anime, I'm all in favor of, even if I think that the kind of dramatic part took too long in the storyline overall. Um, I don't mind a little tension or a little drama in my comedy, but that just took a long time, so I didn't love that. My Hero Academia. Now, I pay attention a little bit to the manga, but I don't super pay attention to the manga. So I don't know if what I'm watching right now is filler or not. It feels a lot like filler, but it feels like very good filler. I don't know. Um, if you know, you can let me know in the comments below. But they're getting ready for the school festival, and everyone kind of like says like, you know, uh, Red Riot is just out there like, hey, the school festival stuff was in the manga. Okay, last work. I thought the only reason why I thought it might be in the manga is because they're introducing a new villain that didn't look like a throwaway villain. But if I told you that we're gearing up for a school festival where our wannabe heroes, are studying to be heroes, are going to do a musical performance where they're going to choreograph dancing and encourage the students that are watching to dance along like an idol show, you could understand why I would think that is filler, because the idea that Bakugo is going to play the drums is it's wonderful nonsense. So the episode starts with Pinky breakdancing, which is where some of that came from. Was the idea that she is a breakdancer, that she's always loved dancing, and that athleticism is part of her moveset, and and her hobby is dancing. And there is a very nonsense, very Deku thing where Deku's like, can you teach me how to dance like that? Because he wants to incorporate dancing into his moveset because, as we all know, Deku just realized that he has legs. Like, he just realized pretty recently that he can kick people. So he's learning how to kick in a very Deku fashion. Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but you get it. But I thought overall that was a fun little episode. We got introduced to a new villain that just seems. Look, I understand. Sometimes you gotta show me a clueless villain who is actually secretly very dangerous. But for all intents and purposes, this villain does not look dangerous at all. Shoot style is the best, dumbest thing. Yeah, Lashbrook, it's great. It's just like, how do I protect my hands? With using my feet? Sure, great dude. Great job. It's just great and silly, and I enjoy it. But yeah, so our friend's going to go to the summer festival, which is fun. Everyone's talking about what they can do, and apparently the thing they've decided they're going to do is they are going to do a dance kind of thing. So they also, everyone had ideas of things they should do. I did love the idea of a petting zoo, and I think that would have been kind of fun. There is a thing where they're like, we whittled out all the ones that seem impossible or confusing, or and dangerous or confusing, and one of them was just like Twinkle Party or something like that, which I thought was very funny. I'm going to have to go through that scene again to see all the suggestions, but also, they almost went with Maid Cafe, which is very funny and very Japanese school festival. But the idea that the part of the school festival is for the other students there, the ones that are in the hero, like the ones that are working on support items, and the ones that are in the business finance department and general studies. Like, this is a nice way for them to relieve stress. And also, everyone's freaked the fuck out because the Class A got attacked. Also, I love the idea that Todoroki, was like, I don't know what this is called, but people seem to really like this. And it was like dancing and smiles, and it's basically the thing from the last episode where they did a bunch of cool stuff to show kids that being a hero is fun. They were like, Todoroki was like, I guess we could do something like that. It's just a very silly, fun thing, and it's a very fun character to suggest that. And then Jiro is going to be a rocking girl. And that's one of my favorite things is like, she's just like, oh, I don't know why. Like, oh, it's not a thing that helps with with my powers. And like, you could teach people apparently very easily how to play music. That seems awesome. Why are you so down on your cool ability that you have? I don't know. It's nice. I know obviously things are going to get fucked up and things are going to go bad, but I also look, Bird Boy is going to play bass guitar and I'm in it, man. I was excited about the idea of our bird friend dancing, but I'm even more excited about that. Also, watch this episode alone for Deku's terrible attempt at dancing, because it's very, very funny. Because he's going to work very hard at trying to dance. Oh yeah, and Ida's suggestion of a discussion of local history is just very on the nose, and of course, Yomi's suggestion of studying, just doing it as a study break. Just like, what kind of event is studying? I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun. As I said, I know that it is now. I know, but it did feel like it was at least some of it felt filler, but like the fun kind of filler. Also, My Hero Academia does good filler. A lot of the internship stuff was filler, and some of that is incredible. So I'm not mad at them for their filler. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I liked it. It was good and dumb. I'm going to watch some of those scenes again. In Spectre. Man, this show is so weird. I really thought I knew what the show was going to be, and it continues to just be odder and odder. So they're investigating this thing. They figure out, okay, this steel lady, this like dead idol coming back for revenge. It's not her spirit or ghost. It is urban legend come to life via a wiki about this character. But we think maybe someone has created this character into existence. We got to figure out how to shut this thing down. We got to find out how this girl died so we get more information. We can figure some stuff out. That's fine. So they go to the scene of the crime, and they meet a ghost, a guy who worked at the construction site where this girl died, and they go and interview him. And this is my new favorite minor character. Like, I don't think we'll ever see this guy again. But so he was a ghost. He died on the job, and in an accident, and he wasn't able to warn a girl that died there. But he feels bad about it. And through encouragement from our wise girl, like our main character, the wise one, he vows, I'm going to be strong enough to be a guardian spirit. I'm going to get tough. So when this construction site is done and becomes apartments, I can be a spirit and protect the people that live here, which is just pretty rad for a ghost who's like still has unfinished business, just hanging out. Like, it was pretty great. Another thing that was very fun about this episode was to summon him for him to come hang out. She does a spell that's very like Sailor Moon-ish, kind of like does like her staff into a pentagram thing. And it feels very much like, yes, this is a girl who at age 11 was given abilities to communicate with the dead and see the dead and various other things. This is what she would do as a summoning spell. And she does also think it's pretty cool. And then she's immediately called out for it. And I thought that was pretty great. We do get the sense that our couple is a real couple, which is so weird. It's a weird thing. It's the thing I like the least about the show, is this budding relationship between these two characters that should not be dating because one of them does look way younger than she is, but she still looks that young, and it's weird, and I don't like it. Okay. Build 2 sets. We're working on the legs. We finished our arms. It's time to get on the legs here. Also, we found out, so, our main dude, he ate the meat of 2 different things. Mermaids. Freeze your mermaids never age and are immortal. But because he ate 2 different demon meats or yokai meats, he doesn't get all those powers. So he now can't die, but he still ages. So he's not immortal, but he's immortal, but he doesn't have youth, forever youth. So he's aged. He's not ageless. He's going to age. That's the thing we know. Well, so the other side of it is the Kudan. They are things that look like a cross between a human and a cow, and they can see the future, and then they die. Well, now that he's immortal, he can't die, so he can see the future. But he actually doesn't see the future. We found out in this episode, he sees possibilities, possible outcomes. And he can pick the one that is going to happen. He picks the one that is the most convenient, or the possibility that he wants to deal with the most or something like that. It's a little unclear, but basically he sees all possible styles, and they think that possibly the energy that it takes to do that is the reason why Kudans die as soon as they see the future. They're not really sure. So that's his power. So he doesn't necessarily have the ability to see the future. He has the ability to see all possible futures, and the more information he has, the more specific he has, the way he can make that a reality. So he couldn't see a reality where he could beat a thing, but he could see a reality where he drove it away, which is interesting. I don't know. It was kind of an interesting thing. There's more depth to the show than I would have thought. I would recommend it, especially because this season is pretty weak when it comes to shows. I think that there isn't a lot of standout, incredibly great anime this season. So if you're looking for a new show, I think Spectre is pretty great. As I said, I'm not going to talk about the other show that comes out on Friday that I normally talk about. I'll talk about that probably on Thursday. I just haven't watched that episode yet. But I know that part of it involves saliva, and that sounds weird. It'll be interesting to see what that is. Let's see. Another anime show I watched this week. Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken was yesterday's, came out last night. We got a lot more about the characters, some character interaction. We saw the progress. There's some stilted progress with the anime. They're kind of figuring stuff out, but it was a lot of character motivations and character interactions, with them kind of learning more about each other, which was kind of neat. They went to a bathhouse, so we got there wasn't a hot springs onsen, but we got our bathhouse episode. But I am happy, I am thrilled to report to you, the audience, this episode of Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken was not fan service and exploitative. The characters, as they're getting ready to go to the baths, were basically androgynous, and no detail was put in at all, which was interesting and cool. I was very happy to see that. And it was just they have to do this thing in the baths. Mostly it was the character who is very rich, had never been to a bath, so it was learning about that from her. And then there was, conversations and kind of understanding stuff, and they did a bunch of things they normally do in the show, which is take a thing that's happening and then describe it in anime style. There's a love letter moment about animation. The whole show is a love letter to anime and animation, And so we got some character stuff there. But yeah, I would say the thing that was most cool was the fact that they went to a bathhouse, but it wasn't pervy. I was very happy about that. It was cool. It was just like, yeah, it was like a fun episode. It was, it wasn't the most exciting episode of this show, but I thought it was pretty neat, and talking about sound effects and how they can help things and all that. I thought that was pretty cool. A pretty cool episode of the show. Let's see. Room camp. Oh, what a twist, y'all. So, those that don't know, Room Camp is the side goof story for Laid Back Camp. It is the anime Laid Back Camp has, like, basically, these are they're 3.5-minute episodes that are just kind of like, here's the thing that's happening in the show outside between seasons. They're quick little things. The overarching story plot line for this season is that they are going to they are collecting stamps for the various locations around Mount Fuji, and it kind of gives a sense of the neighborhood and or the area, and then the characters interacting with each other. Well, Nadeshiko can't find her stamp book, so to cheer her up, they make a hot pot. They make a bunch of different kinds of hot pot, and it's just an episode of them making and talking about the different things you can put in hot pot and how hot pot rules, which it does. Hot pot does rule. So it was a good episode. It was cool, but it ends on a cliffhanger because who has found Nadeshiko's stamp book? It is none other than Cool Grandpa, a.k.a. Rin's grandpa. The cool old man, one of the only male characters in the show that has a voice. He first appeared in the first season as a cool old man who was cooking up a steak. He later was referenced, we didn't know he was referenced, as the person that gave Rin camping gear and encouraged her to start camping. We later discovered, he gave a location of a cool spot for them to go camping in. Only two of the characters in the show have ever met him, and one of them doesn't know. They don't know that the cool old man that one of them saw camping is Rin's grandpa. But I remember when they first showed this episode, this cool guy with a motorcycle and like a one-pole tent, and he was like cooking and sitting in a low chair, and the detail they put in, like, what's up with this old man? Why is this old man such a focus of attention in this anime? What's up with this anime? But yeah, Rin's grandpa made a surprise appearance at the end of this episode, and I'm fucking psyched about it, because that old man rules. One of my favorite characters in the show. In fact, spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about Laid Back Camp at Pat Baer's Anime Club live at PAX East, and I'm showing a clip that involves that grandpa, because I think it's a very, because his involvement is such a weird big deal that I think it's a very good indication of what kind of show that is and how chill and cool that show is with just about everything. That this old man is such a big part of it, or a big moment in the show. So I'm excited about that. The other little 3-minute show is Yatogame-chan. I'll say this second season of Yatogame-chan does not feature Yatogame-chan that much. They are really focusing on the dude's sister, whose name I can't remember, and her being bummed that they don't live in Tokyo anymore. And the last week's episode, it was about the Nagoya skip, which is a real thing. So this takes place in the Nagoya region, and Nagoya often doesn't get concerts because it's close enough to major metropolises, so they don't get all of the things. But I guess because of that, apparently this is true. The Nagoya region has a lot of really great idol groups, because if they won't come to Nagoya, we'll do it ourselves, and they always make stops there. So that's a big pride thing. is people are like, well, we have cool idol groups, and apparently they've had some pretty dang actual successful ones in the region, which is just like a cool weird thing that I now know, which is odd that I know it, but I do. So that episode was about that and her becoming obsessed with some of the idol groups that are in the region. And then at the end, they like introduced two characters that haven't been in the show before, and I was like, "What's happening here? I don't know who these characters are." I will say I was a little like mostly I like the little cat-like character Yatogame. I think she's fun, and she's not really in the show, and that's kind of a bummer. But then also they introduced the teacher, who I thought was a kind of a neat character. And then she hasn't been in the show since they introduced her. And I was like, oh, whatever. I don't know if I would recommend it. I like it. It's really that there just isn't a lot of shows right now. Like, if I wasn't watching that, I would have two things to talk about on Sunday and Monday. So, I'll watch it. In the same way that I'm, I did give up. I haven't given up yet. But I have no plans tomorrow to or Wednesday or Thursday before the next build stream. I have no plans to watch Orphan. I think I'm done with it. I think it's an interesting recreation of the show. I guess I'm glad they're making it, but I just don't think it's that interesting. Look, I think I'm just not really into it. So I'm cutting out one of the shows I watch, and I'll be just down to 3. Just have one show on Tuesday, one show on Wednesday, and one show on Thursday to watch. I can't wait for April. Oh, I can talk about that. They talked about Crunchyroll put out some previews for some stuff that's coming out. Hey, guess what? There are going to be 3 isekai in April on Crunchyroll. At least. They announced 3 of them. One of them has a unique twist in what the character is like. One of them has a unique twist in the style of isekai it is. And one of them is just a fucking isekai. We'll start with the first one. A businessman gets reincarnated and wakes up in the body of the 8th son of a noble family, but they're kind of poor. And he learns magic and becomes an adventurer. And of course, he has a lot of ladies that follow him around. And that is obviously a very straightforward, modern take on isekai. And I'll watch it. I mean, I'm going to watch it. We all know I'm going to watch it. But it's not something that I'm like, oh, hell yeah. The other isekai, there's another isekai that is more interesting, is So I'm a Spider, So What? And that is somebody who is reincarnated as a spider. I assume that they become a very powerful spider. I have any information about it other than it is going for the weird isekai take of be reincarnated as a weird thing and see what happens. So if it's anything like Slime, I know I'll love it. I'm hoping it's at least somewhat similar to Slime. Because I think the idea is very funny. And so I'm interested, certainly. Alright, this goes like that. And then the other show that is... Oh, the other isekai that's coming out is the one I'm probably most interested in, honestly. It is a something about I'm the villainess or whatever. The premise is that a girl hits her head and realizes that she had been reincarnated, but now that she's pumped her head, she has her memories. She realizes that she is playing out an otome game, which is like a dating visual novel game. She's the villainess of the game. She's not the main character. She's not the love interest. The people around her are going to start vying for the affections of a character, And in all known of the game that she's played, all outcomes lead to her death. So she woke up realizing that, which I think it's a really cool idea. Because it's not I woke up in a video game that's an MMO. It's not Overlord or how to not summon a Demon Lord or Demon Lord retry. It's none of those. It's, oh God, I'm in a video game and I'm the bad guy in a video game. Oh no, what do I do now? I think that's such a cool idea. I'm very interested in that. Lastbrook says, I had a surprisingly busy day off. Saw Birds of Prey, and it was rad. I agree. Found out about a pork bun chain I never knew about, and went to a place and bought the Massacred Barber Toast. Well, enjoy that Barber Toast. That is a rough build, but it's a good build. They don't have the G40, though, so I went and pre-ordered the restock, and you said Gundam Store, which I will get in like April. Heck yeah, Lashbrook. That Barber Toast Master Grade, you saw me building it. That's a rad-ass kit, but that was also a very intricate build. I really enjoyed it, though. But yeah, that's cool, Lashbrook. Yeah, let's see. Also, it's coming out in the fall, but they showed an image of the second season of That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, and just said fall 2020. So I was hoping they would have a little bit more than just a static image, but you know, whatever. It happens. Oh yeah, and then Konosuba Season 2 dub. I'm not interested in. I don't think Konosuba's that good. But yeah, they showed some stuff that I was interested in. I think April will also be. I think April is the second season of Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, Isekai. They're coming back. It has been. There's literally. The only Isekai is ReZero Director's Cut is the only Isekai this season. It's kind of weird. Instead, there's VR game. There's like VR World anime. So it's been a bit of an odd season. All right, we'll keep going on here. We'll probably finish up one of these legs, I think, by the time we're done with the stream here. As mentioned, my next stream is going to be on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Look, the vote could change. Right now, it looks like I'm going to be recording in advance some matches in Fire Pro Wrestling World that are characters that are related to the things we play here on stream or build here on stream. And then I will have them wrestle, and I will do live commentary over the recorded events. That looks to be what it's going to be on Wednesday. Right now, that is beating out the other option, which is Twitch Sings. I'll do one of those two things, probably. So that'll be fun. And that'll be on Wednesday. And then Thursday, normal build stream. Saturday, normal build stream. The usual. Keep working on this. I have to put a poll up later in the week because this we'll finish this up on Thursday, most likely, if not into Saturday. So I'll have to pick what I'm going to build next. So I'll put a poll up for my $10 patrons about what I build next. And then I'll just have if Ultron, if the kit you bought comes in, then that'll jump the line, of course. But I don't know. It's coming from Japan, so who knows when we'll get it. Excited to work on that, though, because that is a fun-looking kit. And it'll have a lot of stickers, because that is a big part of that kit, is stickers. Alright, so this is going to go. Well, yeah, that's going to be fun. Fun streaming stuff. Excited to do a cool stream on Wednesday for you. Give you your bonus. Thanks everybody who watched tonight. I had a bunch of people in here. If it was your first time watching the stream, hey, I'm not asking for a subscription, but you can give me a follow. You can turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. I always tweet about it at twitter.com/PatBaer. If you were just searching in the Makers tab or looking up Gunpla and you came across this, you can, add me, follow me, and then you'll know when I go live and watch the stream. As I said, Wednesday will not be a build stream, but Thursday will. Excited about Thursday. Continue to work on this kit. We still have to finish up this leg. We've got to do the other leg. We've got to put, we're still working on it. We're going to finish up this leg here in the last 10 minutes or so of the stream. But we'll still have the other leg to put on. We still have some more armor to add in. We're definitely not done with this kit. We might finish up on Thursday, but I don't know. We'll see. And as always, I will try to have things to talk about so I can talk about things. That's always the goal. And I'm prepping for PAX. I made my first ever character montage. Was I supposed to put that on there? I think I might have missed a piece on the face. I because I'm looking at it now. Go look this back here. Did I miss a? I did. I missed a piece. All right. Let me try to put that face piece on. See if I can get that wedged in there. Yeah, I made a character montage video, like best moments of a character. I've never made one of those before. I didn't do the best job clipping, but I did a pretty good job. It was a little rushed. I shouldn't say probably. I know I can do better, but for my first attempt to do a character vid, like a best of thing, I'm pretty happy with it. That panel is going to be interesting on YouTube. Like, I'm going to try to put it up as soon as I can. Like, we'll do the panel on Saturday. I'm going to try to put it up like as soon as possible on Saturday, because the sooner I put it up, the sooner I can see if I have to edit it and take anything down. If any of because I'm going to show some clips of things, and we'll see if we get takedown notices for any of the clips I'm showing. Because I'm not one to just put up episodes of it or clips of anime up on YouTube, so we'll find out what works and what doesn't. For it, I've only had one time where can't show this video anywhere. I've had it you can't show up in Europe, but when we talked to the Detective Pikachu video game, not the anime, or no, the movie, the video game Detective Pikachu, when that came out, it had come out like the day before a PAX, and I was like, well, we have to talk about this on the panel, and Nintendo was like, you cannot show this video on YouTube to anyone ever, and I was like, well, I need to. Don't say that. I need to do that. So hopefully I won't run into that with this stream. Or this video, not stream, but this video. Yeah, I was supposed to put a mouth on this thing, and I didn't. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that mouthpiece in. I definitely fucked this up. I was so concerned about all the stickers that the eye stickers that I missed the mouthpiece. I was thinking this didn't look done. Because you look at the head there, like, yeah, it just didn't look right. Because I didn't do it right. Alright, well, I'm going to do this part off screen. So I'm going to wrap up there. Thanks to everybody that watched the stream. Thank you very much for being here. As I said, Wednesday will be my next stream, which will be a gaming stream of some sort. And then Thursday, I'll build again. So please come back, check it out again. Thanks for watching. I'm going to run an ad. You don't have to watch it, but if you could watch it, that would be great. Because it, helps me. Thanks so much, and have a great night. I'm going to throw some emotes in the chat. And thank you for being here. I'll talk to you soon on the next Build with Baer. Bye-bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.